children, welcome to Samveda e-learning program. Subject Social Science, grade 9th. Today I am going to discuss about the religious promoter and social reformer. In this chapter, you learnt about the India's religious reformers and their life, philosophy and their teachings. In this chapter, you learnt about India's religious reformers and their life, philosophy and teachings. Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya and Basaveshwara. Three major philosophies also came into existence. Advaita philosophy by Shankaracharya and Dvaita philosophy by Madhvacharya and Vishishta Dvaita philosophy by Ramanujacharya. For these chapters, we will discuss about this philosophy and teaching and life history of the religious promoters. The period between 8th century and 13th century is very important, is socio-cultural history of India. During the same period, Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya and Ramanujacharya, who are the founder of three Vedic religions, were living in India. Social reformation. Basaveshwara of Kalyana declared social revolution against caste and gender-based discrimination. In order to achieve these ideas, situations, the three Acharyas and Basaveshwara preached all the people to surrender to the God, irrespective of caste, creed and richness. They revived the society through Bhakti Marga. First of all, we will discuss about Shankaracharya. Which is the philosophy he advocated? Shankaracharya, he propagated the Advaita philosophy. Shankaracharya's life history. He was born in village Kaladi in Kerala. He born in Nambodari Brahmin family. His father name was Shivaguru and mother Aryamba. Shankaracharya was very intelligent. At the age of 7, he had mastered all the scriptures. He learnt Vedas and Puranas from his teacher. Who is the teacher of Shankaracharya? Govinda Bhagavad Pada. He was the teacher of Shankaracharya. He learnt all the Vedas, Upanishads for his teacher. Advaita philosophy. Shankaracharya studied Upanishad and Brahma Sutra in depth and propagated Advaita philosophy. According to Advaita philosophy, Brahma is the absolute truth. The rest of world is false. According to Advaita philosophy, Brahma only absolute truth. Remaining the rest of the world is false. The soul is one with Brahma and life is not separate from Brahma. The world is Maya and illusion. It means imagine. Brahma is the absolute truth according to Advaita philosophy. People are ignorant. They are not aware of the illusionary nature of the world. They are also not aware the Brahma is only the truth. Hence, he should go on the path of knowledge and realize the nature of the world. Ultimately, he should merge our Atma, it means soul, with the absolute truth Brahma. Only then we can attain moksha or liberation. In this manner, Shankaracharya taught the path of knowledge. The human soul has no separate existence and he expressed the fact in the paras Aham Brahmasmi. According to Advaita philosophy, human soul and God is not separate. The human soul and the Supreme or the Brahma is same. So, Shankaracharya explained Aham Brahmasmi. I am only a Brahma. He declared that Brahma is a truth. It is no quality, no future and no shape. So, this Brahma only a truth and no qualities is there in Brahma and no future and no shape. It means Nirgun, Nirakar and Nirvikar. These are explained by the Shankaracharya according to Advaita philosophy. It means Brahma only a truth and human soul and Brahma is equal, no separate. So, Brahma only a human soul. The soul is no quality, no features and no safe. So, that is the Advaita philosophy. He explained that soul is Nirguna, Nirakara and Nirvikara. And Shankaracharya wrote many books. First of all, Sankarabhyasa, Ananda Lahari, Saundarya Lahari and Shivananda Lahari, Viveka Chudamani, Prabuddha Sudhakar and Dakshinamurti Stotra. These are some important books he wrote. The Shankaracharya, he explained his philosophy through the writing of some important book. That the most important book is, that is the Bhajagovindam. This Bhajagovindam, it is very famous book of Shankaracharya. This book explaining for the Advaita philosophy of Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya travelled from Kanyakumari to Kashmir on foot and he propagated, he preached, he taught to people his Advaita philosophy. The main intention of the travelling of the Shankaracharya to spread the message of his philosophy Advaita. He established Pitas in all the four directions. Pitas means mat or institution. He established the four important matas in four directions. Shankaracharya gave Indian thinking a new direction and inspiration. Which are the Pitas he established? First one is Badari. In Badari, he established the institution or mat or Pita, that is Jyotir Pita. And in Dwaraka, he established Kalika Pita. And then Puri, it is Govardhana Pita was established by Shankaracharya. In Sringeri, he established Sharada Pita. In Kanchi, Kamakoti Pita was established by the Shankaracharya. Main intention of the establishment of these matas to spread the Advaita philosophy, to give a knowledge to the peoples of Advaita. Let us see the next religious promoter, Ramanujacharya. Which is the philosophy he propagated? Vishishta Dvaita philosophy was propagated by the Ramanujacharya. What is the life history of the Ramanujacharya? He was born in Sri Perambur near Chennai. Who were the parents of the Ramanujacharya? Yes, Keshava Somayaji was his father and Kantimati was his mother. He studies Vedas, Upanishad at Yadava Prakasha in Kanchi. Yadava Prakasha, he was a teacher of Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya learnt all these Veda, Upanishad in Kanchi. Kanchi is the famous learning center during that period. It is in South India. Later, he went to Srirangam and he became a head of the Mat or Matha. The Cholas ruler who was Shaivit started prestiging of the Ramanujacharya. They are worship Shiva, it means Shaivit, but they are followed by the Ramanujacharya. And the Bitti Deva, he was the king of Hoysala. He also invited the Ramanujacharya for his philosophy. And it is that later Bitti Deva, he was the king of Hoysala, he accepted Vaishnavas. It means the tradition of Vaishnava and he worshipped Lord Vishnu and he became a Vishnuvardhana. Bitti Deva name, it will be a changed Vishnuvardhana because first of all they worship God Shiva. So they were called Saivism. But later when they influenced the teaching of the Ramanujacharya, they are worship Vishnu. So the name also changed, Bitti Deva to Vishnuvardhan. Later Ramanujacharya went to Melukote and he built a famous temple in Melukote, that is Chaluva Narayana temple. Ramanujacharya had a keen interest to show the path of solution to the common people. His main philosophy called Vishishta Dvaita. What is the meaning of the Vishishta Dvaita? According to his philosophy, Jiva, it means life, and Prakriti means nature, are under a control of Brahma. Compared to Shankaracharya, the philosophy of the Ramanujacharya is change. Shankaracharya explaining Aham Brahmasmi. Soul and Paramatma is not separate, but according to Vishishtadvaita, Jiva, it means life, and Prakriti, it means nature, are controlled by the Brahma. It means Brahma only a supreme. Both Atma and Paramatma cannot become a one or simultaneously. So, according to Vishishtadvaita philosophy, Atma and Paramatma cannot become a simultaneously or same. It should be a different, and Atma and Paramatma is totally separate. He said that word is expressed and manifestations of Brahma and word is reality. In order to achieve mukti, bhakti and prapti only the main solution. According to Vishishtadvaita, Ramanujacharya said, the word is expressed manifestation of Brahma and word is reality. Word is not Maya, but Shankaracharya explained word is Maya or illusion. It is the imagine. But Ramanujacharya explained word is not Maya or it is reality. It is a truth. In order to achieve mukti in his life, they only take bhakti and prapti. To surrender the God, that is only to reach salvation and mukti. It is explained by the Ramanujacharya. And what are the teachings of Ramanujacharya? Children learned about the main intention of all the religious and social reformers. They want to change the society for their teachings and they creating the bhakti in society. Ramanujacharya also criticized the caste system. The caste system is common in India. So, they want to oppose the caste system practice in India. So, Ramanujacharya criticized caste system and preached his teaching to all. He taught them to stay away from the desire and surrender themselves to will of God with complete devotion. The main teaching of the Ramanujacharya to surrender to God. That is only give the solution. To complete devotion explained by the Ramanujacharya and oppose the caste system and upper class, lower class, and this discrimination should be avoiding by the teaching of Ramanujacharya. And Ramanujacharya taught like this, he advocated Bhakti Panth for moksha. The people take moksha only through Bhakti. It is taught by Ramanujacharya. And Ramanujacharya studied many religious texts and wrote many books like Vedanta Sangraha, Vedanta Sara and Vedanta Deepika and Sri Bhashya. These are the famous book written by the Ramanujacharya. He has given importance, prominence to the Bhakti Panth. In his most important book, it explains the Bhakti, that is Gita Bhyasa. Gita Bhyasa, it is the most important book of Ramanujacharya. It gives the more importance to the Bhakti. Who is the follower of the Ramanujacharya? Saint Ramananda and Raidas of North, they are the great influence of the teaching of the Ramanujacharya. They became the follower of the Ramanujacharya. Saint Ramananda and Raidas, they are the prominent follower of Ramanujacharya. And they are great influence of the philosophy of the Ramanujacharya. Same similarity, the Vijayanagara kingdom king also, they are influenced the teaching of the Ramanujacharya. Aravidu and Tuluva dynasty ruler, they are great influence of the teaching of the Ramanujacharya and they also accepted the philosophy of the Ramanujacharya. Aravidu and Tuluva dynasty ruler, they are accept the Ramanujacharya's philosophy and they became the follower of the Ramanujacharya. So, Vishishtadvaita philosophy was influenced by the Vijayanagara empire. Which are the famous mattas established by the Ramanujacharya? The famous math was Sri Vaishnavism in South India. The Yatiraj Math was established by the Ramanujacharya in Melukote and Sri Perambur. And second one is Parakala Mata, it is in Brahma Mantra, that is Mata in Mysore. Parakala Mata was established in Mysore and Ahobala Mata, It is established in Andhra Pradesh near Guntur. It is also known as Ahobala. And Anandavan Mutt. Anandavan Mutt, it is in Srirangam. He established Anandavan Mutt in Srirangam. And Vamai Malai Mata. Vamai Malai, that is the one of the mutt established by the Ramanujacharya in Suchindram. That is the place he established that mutt. So, the important mutt was established by the Ramanujacharya, and according to Sri Vaishnavism or Vishishtadvaita philosophy, they worship Lord Vishnu, and many more kings and some saint are became the follower of the Ramanujacharya. Next, we will discuss about the Madhvacharya. Which is the philosophy propagated by the Madhvacharya? Yes, Dvaita philosophy. Madhvacharya propagated Dvaita philosophy. And what is the life history of the Madhvacharya? Madhvacharya was born in Pajaka village near Udupi in Karnataka. Who were the parents of the Madhvacharya? His father was Madhvageha Bhatta and mother Vedavati. Madhvacharya, he worshipped Lord Vishnu. It is said that at the very tender age, he displayed abundant knowledge. Achyuta Preksha, he was a teacher of Madhvacharya, and Madhvacharya, he believed Lord Vishnu, and his family also worshipped God Vishnu. And Madhvacharya also get knowledge about the Veda and Upanishad. Madhvacharya teacher later inducted Madhvacharya into became a sannyasi. So, Madhvacharya became a sannyasi, influence of his teacher, and he became a sannyasi. While studying under his guru, and Madhvacharya independently gained the great knowledge about the religious scriptures and defeated his guru in debate. The debate is conducted by his guru and Madhvacharya, and Madhvacharya defeated his own guru, and he got more knowledge, and he independently gained a great knowledge about the religious scriptures, and he became a sannyasi for his influence of his guru, and later he defeated his own guru for the religious debate. He advocated Dvaita philosophy. What is the meaning of Dvaita? Dvaita means two. According to this philosophy, the human soul and divine soul are separate. This Dvaita philosophy is totally different for the Advaita philosophy. Shankaracharya propagated Advaita philosophy, but Madhvacharya propagated Dvaita philosophy. Advaita means a single. Divine soul and human soul is same, equal. Aham Brahmasmi, he explained. But Dvaita philosophy, it is explained a two. According to this Dvaita philosophy, human soul and divine soul are separate. What is the relationship between the divine soul and human soul? In order to propagate this Dvaita philosophy, Madhvacharya took to pilgrims to various places and participated in debates of the religious, and he propagated the Dvaita philosophy. He brought Lord Krishna's idol, which was hidden in muddy hillock called Gopi Chandan, and he installed this Lord Krishna idol in Udupi. Today also it is the Udupi temple is very famous in the world. So, further enabled to regular worship of Lord Krishna. He established the 8 matas. That 8 matas is called Ashtamatas. Madhvacharya, he built 8 matas in different direction, and they regularly started for the worship of Lord Krishna. Madhvacharya established 8 matas called Ashtamatas. According to Madhvacharya, the world is not Maya or illusion. It has Paramatma or divine soul. So, the explained by the Madhvacharya, according to Dvaita philosophy, the world is not Maya. It is not illusion, and it is a true, and Paramatma or divine soul is true, has its same, the word also true. It is explained by the Madhvacharya according to Dvaita philosophy. What is the relationship between the divine soul and human soul? So, between this, the divine soul is independent and rest of the world is illusionaries. The divine soul and the human soul have lord and servant relationship. What is the relationship between the divine soul and human soul? Madhvacharya explained the divine soul and human soul is a relation is there. What type of the relation is there? Lord and servant. This type of the relation is there, and human soul and divine soul is not same. It is totally separate, and one relation is there in that both, that is Lord and servant. It is explained by the Madhvacharya according to Dvaita philosophy. According to Dvaita philosophy, Lord Vishnu or Narayana alone is supreme. Worship of Lord Vishnu elevate the human soul. It means it creating the good status to the human being when the human being or human soul believe the God or Lord Vishnu or Narayan, and the people or human soul get or attain moksha when they believe or when they worship Narayana or Lord Vishnu. It is explained by the Ramanujacharya. Let us see which are the work written by the Madhvacharya. The great book written by the Madhvacharya, that is Gita Bhyasa, Gita Tatparya Nirnaya, Mahabharata Tatparya Nirnaya, Vishnu Tatparya Nirnaya and Bhagavad Tatparya Nirnaya. These are the famous book written by the Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya, he wrote this book, and according to that book he explained the Dvaita philosophy. Later, the philosophy of the Madhvacharya was popularized by the Padmanabha Tirtha, Narahari Tirtha and Vadiraja Tirtha. They all are the follower of the Madhvacharya. Dvaita philosophy was continued by these Tirthas, Narahari, Vijayendra and Vadiraja Tirtha. They are great gurus of the Guru, and they are also the follower of Madhvacharya. Let us see the social reformation. Basaveshwara is the most prominent social reformer of medieval Karnataka. He was a advocated Veerashaiva philosophy. Basavanna or Basaveshwara, he advocated Veerashaiva philosophy which was based on the simple human values. Basaveshwara, he rejected numerous rituals deeply rooted in the Vedic religions. Basaveshwara was the son of Madarasa and Madalambika. He was born in Bagewadi. It is present in Bijapur. Basaveshwara was a strong opponent of the caste system. He wanted to change the society for the discrimination of the caste. So, he opposed the thread ceremony. So, scared the thread after his Upanayana, and he went in Kudala Sangama. He thrown out the thread. It means Upanayana system, it opposed by the Basaveshwara, and he went for Kudala Sangama. He opposed the Upanayana and he took Linga Diksha from the Shiva Guru and started the practice of meditation. So, that is the main reason the Basaveshwara, he was not believed for the practice of the Upanayana and thread ceremony. He believed and worship of the Shiva, and he wanted to living a simple life, and he opposed the caste system of the society. Basaveshwara became the treasurer, head of the Kalachuri Bijala king. He also get a good post in the Kalachuri Bijala king. He remained the unmoved by the money, status and power. He dedicated himself to the removal of the social evil from the society. What is the social evil? He opposed caste system, discriminations, and different type of the social evils was opposed by the Basaveshwara, and he want to upliftment of the society of the India. He want to change the society, and he explained the Bhakti Marga. He remained committed to the revival of social centric religious, and Basaveshwara started his social religious movement from Mangala Kedam. These are the place he started for his social movement. He opposed the sati system, and he opposed the some social evils it practiced in the medieval Karnataka or medieval India, and he started for the preaching of the peoples for equality. He opposed the caste system and he explained all the peoples are equal. And Shiva Sharanas should never discriminate anyone on the basis of the caste and gender. Who is called Shiva Sharanas? Shiva Sharanas means those who are believed Shiva and they are Sharanas. It means they are surrendered to God Shiva. They are known as the Shiva Sharanas. He also advocated self-reliance and instead one should earn one's living. He also declared no profession is more important or less important. He nurtured the culture of work is worship. That is the most important contribution of the Basaveshwara. He explained the work is worship. Let us see the Anubhava Mantapa. What is this Anubhava Mantapa? See, the Anubhava Mantapa, it is a spiritual center. What is the spiritual center? What is the debate is there? So, the Shiva Sharanas, they are discussed in the religious matters in the Anubhava Mantapa. So, the Anubhava Mantapa, it is known as the spiritual center. The Anubhava Mantapa, all the Saranas including Basaveshwara and others engage in meaningful discussion on various socio-cultural issues like gender discrimination and caste system. In Anubhava Mantapa, including Basavanna and other Saranas, they are discussed in the different various social and religious culture, and they are opposing of the gender discrimination and caste system in that Anubhava Mantapa. They were expressing their own beliefs of the God in Anubhava Mantapa. Similarly, they were also discussing the shortcoming of the religious and were suggested to remedies of the some issues of the religious matters. Spiritual discussions were also hardly regularly they were discussed in the spiritual matters in Anubhava Mantapa. In social reformation also started by the Basavanna to preaching of the peoples. Some Sharanas also followed by the Basavanna. They all are insisting that one should remain transparent in his life. The people should live in transparent and pure life. His external behavior and internal thinking should be remain clean. It means Basavanna explained the people should live in purity. That Atma should be pure. That is explained by the Basavanna. And internal and external behavior should be same and clean. It is taught by the Basavanna. His transparent state, his life is ultimate truth, they declared. All this thought gained the poetic expression. The Basavanna and Shiva Sharanas, they are expressed their teachings and these are creating a great literature that is Vachana. The poetic expression for the Sharanas, it became a great literature that is called Vachanas. It is a simple poetic composition. All the discussion of the spiritual matters, it became a literature that is called Vachanas. This is the time of home assignment. I would like to give some question. Children, please read this lesson and write this question. Answer. The first question, explain the philosophy advocated by Ramanujacharya. Second question, write a note on the work is worship philosophy of Basaveshwara. Student, please write down this question, search the answer and practice this answer. Thank you children. I am Lakshmi M. Naik, Assistant Teacher, Triveni Memorial Primary and High School, Hesarghatta Main Road, Bengaluru.